Hey you guys, welcome back to Two Sisters Homestead. If you're new here, I'm Josie, and thank you so much for spending the evening with me. So we haven't had too much going on our property. Yesterday we had a little bit of a bad storm, the lights went out and things like that, but it all came back on, everything was fine, and we didn't have any problems. But I haven't taken y'all out here into the garden or anything like that recently, so I thought that I would go ahead and do that just to show you update. Unfortunately, a lot of my stuff is dying. It's just really hot out here. It's been like the 103s and 105s and stuff like that, so it's been extremely hot and it's just getting too hot for my plants. Yesterday I came out here, the high was like 105, and my loofahs, they just looked so sad and they were dying, and you could just tell like it's just too much for them. And yeah, so I'm going to go around and just show you a little bit of what's been going on, just so you can get a little update. So I hope you enjoy. So right here is where I have my watermelons. As you can see, I still have my pallets up because of the chickens. But there are still some watermelon down there. And then of course, there's these beautiful zinnias that I love seeing. And then on this side, of course, we have the beautiful sunflowers. So these are doing pretty good. The chickens are still getting in here. However, they haven't messed with like the big watermelons yet, which I'm glad for, because no, I didn't like that. And then right here is my loofah, which is looking so much better now since it had that heavy rain last night. I think it helped cool it off a lot, which I'm really glad, because that was looking really sad. And we have a bunch of big loofahs on there, and we really want them to dry on the vine so that we can use them for sponges. And then you guys, I really don't have much else in the garden. So I did went ahead and planted my carrots and some beets and stuff like that. So there have been some pop up. So I have this bed right here, and only very few popped up, and the rest just didn't take. I think maybe it's still too hot, which is a good learning thing. And then here in this bed, I had some more, and there was a lot of them that popped out. There's still quite a bit in there. However, it got really hot the last couple of days, so they look like they're trying to die. So I'm gonna wait till this batch of heat goes away, and then I think what I'm going to do is replant them, just so I can make sure that I have enough and that they're all good. I'll just plant a bunch more, just so I know that they are going to last and be able to germinate properly and not get too hot, and things like that. But yeah, so there's my loofahs again, and this netting here has helped keep the chickens out, the majority of them. We've came out here a couple of times and one was in there. I don't know how they got in there, but they did. And so we just got them out, hurried up and get them out. Luckily they didn't do no damage or anything like that. But for the most part, it's been working. It's not the best thing, and of course this is not something that I would keep going forever, but it does help for the time being, which is really good. I'm trying to think of what else we have going on, you guys. I think that's really about it. I don't know if y'all know, but we were able to finish the fence, and now we're able to close the gate. So with this, we were having problems with the dogs down the street getting into our property and chasing our chickens and trying to fight with Nala. So we finally got the guys to finish the fence so that we can close the gate now, so that they can't come and attack our animals anymore. So that is another update. Another update is that we were able to move one of our deep freezers out into the shed. And since we have power out there now, then we're able to utilize that as another freezer area so that we don't have to have it in the house and taking up the freezer space in the freezers and the refrigerators that we have, which is really good. Another update is that they have finished all of the stuff in our house, all the repairs and stuff that need to be fixed. They did take care of all of that. Trying to think, was there anything else? Yeah, I think that was it. They finally had to send somebody from the very top to come and fix everything, and luckily they did that, so we can't complain about that. And also, I don't know if I've told y'all, but I did order a whole bunch of 4x4s from the guy down the street, and I have them, and I stacked them all up so they can have air in the middle of them, and then I also covered them up with the tarp so that I could let them dry, so that they will dry out really, really good, and I won't have to worry about them for a while, since we probably won't start the fence across the street until till it starts cooling off a little bit. So we are doing that. And then let me see, another update is that we will be starting that fence as soon as it starts cooling off, so that we can go ahead and have that part out of the way. But we're probably going to be doing it in batches, because that's a lot of wood that we're going to need, and a lot of concrete that we're going to need, and a lot of wire that we're going to need. So we're going to be doing that in batches and just doing it as we can, so that we can start that process as well. But you guys, I'm trying to think. So another update is that we have realized that with the chicken coop out in the woods is getting too small for how the chickens are growing. So we got a shed from Amazon, and we got a shed off of Amazon for like $280, and it's a pretty big one. I can't remember the dimensions right this second, but we did get that, and we are going to build that, and then we are going to split them up. So the ones that I'll be taking across the street will be going into the shed, and then the other ones will be staying in the one that we have out there right now. And if for some reason that don't work, and if they all want to go to the shed, then that's okay too, because it's still going to be plenty of space for all of them, which is good. And then we don't have to worry about the overcrowding in the ones in the woods, just because we've been having a little bit of problems with that one out there with space. I would highly not recommend that, probably if you have a lot of them, just because it's just not big enough. And the most cost effective is getting the shed and just building the shed out to for your chickens. You just don't have to do much, and I will show you that process whenever we start that. But you don't have to do much at all, and it's so much more affordable, in my opinion. Like we spent on the coop and run, we spent like $1,400, but with just the shed, we got it for $250 or $289 or something like that, whatever it was. So that's really cool, and that's another update. Another thing is that we're really going to start trying to do our compost and try to start building that up a lot. We're going to be getting bagged grass to put in there, because that's supposed to be really good for nitrogen. Like, it has tons of nitrogen, so it's supposed to be good for it, along with our kitchen scraps and our chicken manure and stuff like that. So that's what we're going to try to do, and hopefully get that built up really good, so I don't have to, constantly go to the soil place and get like super soil or anything like that. Eventually I'll be able to use my own compost to top off my garden beds, which is really good, because that's what I would like to do. What else, you guys? I think that's really about it. We don't have too much else going on. just the same-o. I've been doing a lot of stuff in the kitchen. That's where I am most of the time, especially since right now the garden is not doing much. I do have broccoli and cauliflower and all of the things inside the house that are started, and they're doing pretty good. So whenever it's time to put them out, then I'm sure it's not going to have any problem. And yeah, I think that's about it, you guys. We're excited to continue with what we've been doing and excited to see what new things are to come. Because we always got something going on, you guys. We always got some plan or something going on. So we'll wait and see what's next for us, you guys. But yep, if you like this video, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you next time.